to episode 95 of One Man's Opinion. Today I will be discussing Yale Repertory Theater's production of The Ripple, The Wave That Carried Me Home by Christina Anderson, directed by Tamilla Woodard, and running through May 20th at Yale Repertory Theater at 1120 Chapel Street in New Haven, Connecticut. Starring an excellent quartet of actors, The Ripple, The Wave That Carried Me Home follows Janice, played by Jennean Farmer. It's 1992, and she has received an invitation to return to her childhood home in Kansas, where a public pool is being renamed for her father, Edwin, played by Marcus Henderson. Now, living in Ohio, the Rodney King trial is going on, something I'm not going to go into detail with here. If I go any further into its importance to the story, it'll spoil the play's ending. I'll just say here that it is of paramount importance to Janice's character development. Janice is weighing the possibility of returning to Kansas, narrating to the audience the racist history of growing up in the community where there were 3 pools in town, 2 for white people and 1 for black people. Never were they allowed to mix, except maybe for black people working on staff at the white pools, but never being permitted to actually be in the water lest they pollute it with their, quote, blackness. The story fluidly takes us back and forth through history between 1958 and 1992, as Janice reflects on the racism her family faced as they tried to enjoy something as simple as the pleasure of swimming in water. Racial politics comes into play as the pool that was segregated for the black people gets shut down, forcing Janice's mother, Helen, played by Chalia, to take Janice 45 minutes out of their way to continue giving Janice swim lessons. Conflict continues to grow, not only in the socio-political world between Edwin, Helen, and the town, but between Janice and her parents as she realizes the gargantuan efforts her parents are making for the sake of equality and equity. It's this generational conflict that elevates The Ripple, The Wave That Carried Me Home, to something exceptional. It's easy for a younger generation to dismiss the struggles of the generation before it as being futile or pointless or nonsensical without understanding the importance of why that fight was and is necessary. Anderson takes something as simple as the right to swim in a pool, whether it be segregated or integrated, and makes it a metaphor for the whole civil rights movement, expressing the sacrifices made by the 1960s generation of freedom fighters, the dangers of apathy when change seems to never take effect, and the growth of character that comes with time and wisdom. When the play works, and works beautifully, is when we see these conflicts arise. The play is only 5 characters between 4 actors, and when they all interact in their various degrees, the drama and impact of relationships and conflict is a delight to behold. Where the play falters is where many modern playwrights seem to falter, and that is the overdependence on narration, usually from the main character, in this case Janice. Much of the exposition in the play is expressed through monologues directed to the audience. I, meanwhile, am listening to information given to us, causing me to ask why isn't the play developed more so that Janice is acting across her husband, whom we never see? What is his point of view on this, and how can we build drama between the two to guide her decision? We know the character exists, as his voice is on the answering machine at the very beginning of the show. It would be far more interesting and dynamic than just her speaking to the audience. Or when she's giving us information about her parents, why don't we have scenes where these character elements are shown instead of told? I'm not one to say give me more, but The Ripple, The Wave That Carried Me Home would have become a great 2-hour 15-minute or 2-hour 30-minute 2-act piece instead of a good 90-minute to 1-hour 45-minute play. I don't mean this as a slight in any way to Farmer as an actress. She plays the role excellently. I would have liked to have more of the play shown than just spoken. As I said, the cast is excellent, regardless of my problems with the text. Farmer is splendidly conflicted as Janice, and seeing her develop her thoughts throughout the play is great to watch. Latour has some tender moments as she teaches children how to swim, and gets one devastating, intense moment when she is pulled over with Janice in a car by a white cop. Adrienne S. Wells is a bright, light comic relief as Janice's Aunt Gayle, and a character simply called Young, Chipper, Ambitious Black Woman, the woman who is trying to contact Janice to come to the pool dedication ceremony. Henderson may be my new actor to keep an eye on, as I saw some real brilliance as Edwin. Henderson's got some great moments, including a retelling of a story about how he and his friends snuck into one of the white pools, and his final scene with Janice is electric. Emmie Finckel has created a beautiful set that maintains a certain timeless neutrality with what looks like glass-tiled steps and upstage wall. Coupled with Alan C. Edwards' lighting and Henry Rodriguez's projections, it helps keep the illusion of a pool as both a practical set element and a metaphorical image surrounding the action. Aidan Griffiths' costume design is excellent in keeping time periods defined. Time moves swiftly back and forth throughout the play, and Griffiths' work is essential in keeping these time periods clearly defined. The Ripple, The Wave That Carried Me Home, is a good play, sitting on the edge of greatness, and definitely worth seeing. I wish we just got more action over narration. But I am only one man's opinion, so be sure to leave yours in the description below. If you'd like to see The Ripple, The Wave That Carried Me Home, I'll leave a link in the description. You can support my channel by becoming a patron over my Patreon page. I'll leave a link in the description for that as well. You can also support my channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and click the notification bell to be alerted to future reviews. My next review will be the off-Broadway production of Con, the musical, a parody Trektacular. Yeah, that's a real thing, and I'm looking forward to talking to you about it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you at the theater.